I was in the process of making the second night at the museum movie, and as is kind of our ritual, once a week my wife and I go out to dinner, as I think a lot of married with kids couples do, because the idea is that in the midst of grown-up life, how do you keep couplehood fresh? So my wife and I would go out to dinner once a week, and at one such dinner, we're sitting there at the same restaurant that we always go to, ordering the same food that we always get, talking about the kids, what's coming up that weekend, who's going to buy the gift for which birthday party. And in the middle of it, I said something to my wife along the lines of, wouldn't it be cool to do a movie about date night, and about what if on one such date night you did just one thing different, and from there you have an unraveling of everything such that it becomes the nightmare, night of your life, kind of threatening your life and your marriage and all kinds of crazy stuff going on. But in the midst of all that crazy stuff, you end up recapturing the vitality that date night was invented in the first place to preserve. Some movies take a long time to come together. This one came together pretty swiftly. I had the idea. We developed the script, I think, over the course of a year. We got an early draft of the screenplay to Tina and Steve, who always struck me as the dream pairing for a movie about marriage, to play a married couple. They said, yeah, we relate to this. We want to do an action comedy that's also honest about relationships. They said they were in. I did a little more work to kind of customize the voices to Tina and Steve's tone, which is unique and also really well matched to each other. And we were shooting a few months later. Steve is a really unique actor because he's super funny. I mean, he's genuinely a weird, innovative comedian. And I mean that in the best possible way. But he's also an actor. His chops as an actor are fantastic. And he not only carries entire comedy sequences on his back, but, 3 scenes later, he's moving you to kind of an emotional place with such sincerity and nuance that there's kind of no end to what he can do. He's an incredible collaborative partner and just a great actor. Like any person, and certainly any guy with a brain, I'm completely smitten with Tina because she's so unexpected. There's nobody doing smart verbal comedy the way she is. I can't actually think of any comic, male or female, who is doing more interesting work right now. I've been out with Tina, and you'll be in a room with like Academy Award winners and crazy big-time movie stars. And Tina, it's like the receiving line. Everybody kisses the ring. She is so beloved, not only as a person because she's a grown-up, a professional without ego politics. She's also doing consistently some of the best comedy that's being done, certainly in this country, maybe anywhere right now. 3 minutes into this movie, you buy them as a married couple. There's an organic chemistry between them that, believe me, I've done enough movies to know. Sometimes you can get there over time with an actor and an actress. Sometimes it never gets there and you create it editorially. But Tina and Steve had it from day one. They'd never worked together. They knew each other a bit socially, but they clicked so completely on screen that it is the bedrock of the movie. On date night, we had a script we all loved. We shot the script, and more often than not, I would say, you got anything else? You want to should we go again, see what happens? And Steve and Tina are always up for it. Sometimes they'd come to me and say, you know what, could I get one more take? I got an idea, might lead somewhere. Sometimes it was complete and utter crap, but more often than not, it's gold, and more often than that, still, it ends up in the movie. On date night, when you have Steve and Tina as the spine of your piece, but you're surrounding them with Mark Ruffalo, Kristen Wiig, James Franco, Mila Kunis, Ray Liotta, Bill Fichtner, J.B. Smoove. I mean, it was just Leighton Meester. There's so many great actors in this movie. And I think it's because there's a bit of a Wizard of Oz structure to this thing. You're with the journey of your hero, but along the way, they're being affected and changed by the people they meet. And I just thought, wouldn't it be fun if at every turn of the road, you're surprised all over again by who has suddenly appeared in this movie. And you never do it in a way where you want to bump the audience out, but you're talking about people in Ruffalo and Wig and Franco, all of them. They are just straight up great actors. They're also really funny, and they fit the roles. But it's another awesome cast. I would love to be a brave enough person to take someone else's reservation. Sadly, I don't have that degree of fortitude or cojones. I suppose there's good reasons, like if you're going into like diabetic blood sugar shock, maybe that legitimizes it. I once, with a girlfriend, as we're boarding an airplane, just sat down in 2 empty seats in first class, thinking, well, they don't really check your tickets. But then the people showed up, and you're mortified because you get escorted to the back of the airplane. And that pretty much taught me a lesson, and I live a very quiet, safe life now.